Hello knitters. In this segment we are going to learn to sew a reversible seam called a Bickford seam. We use this seam in projects where we want to be able to have a reversible fabric so that the seam on both sides looks the same. I have two pieces of garter stitch which I am going to sew together. This side is a bind off edge and this side is a cast on edge, and we're going to take these two and seam them together. So let's get a little closer. I have my tail threaded with a tapestry needle. I made sure when I bound off this piece that I had a tail that was going to be long enough so that I could actually seam my piece. If you don't have that, you can join a new piece of yarn and then weave in the ends later. So, to start, I'm going to attach the corners together. I have my yarn coming out of this side, and I'm going to go into the corner of this side. I want to make a figure eight when I do this, so I'm going to go into this corner stitch. I'm going to find that outside edge, pull my needle through, then I'm going to go back through this corner again, and I'm going to go from the bottom to the top through that same hole. Pull that up a little bit to join those corners. And now I'm going to be weaving back and forth from the outside edge of this stitch. So I'm going to take the outside edge of this stitch and then find the corresponding edge on the other side. This stitch, and it's going to be this outer edge. And I'm going to just sew back and forth using those two edges. So my yarn is coming out of this side, this top side. So I'm going to go into the next stitch on this side and then find the corresponding stitch on this side. And pull through both of these. And I'll do the same on this side. I'm going to go down through this next stitch on the side, find the corresponding stitch on the other side, and go through this outside edge. Again, the yarn is on this side, so I'm going to go down into the next stitch on the same side, go over to the other side, go through the edge of that stitch and pull through. Now I'm going to stay on the same side to go through the edge of the next stitch from the top down. Find the corresponding stitch on the other side, go through that from the bottom up, and pull the yarn through. So let's start on the next stitch. I'm going to go down on this side, come back up on the corresponding stitch on the other side, and pull the yarn through. find the stitch, go through to the other side, and pull the yarn through. Go through the next stitch, go over to the other side, find the corresponding side stitch, and pull it through. So what we have now is my pieces are joined. They look flat on both sides and very similar, so that if I had a hat and I wanted to fold up the brim, the seam is going to look the same on both sides. And that is a reversible seam on garter stitch.